up to temperature. Now this might show us what happened to the Porsche. What it does, it shows it goes around and charges the barrier pretty hard.
Maybe with the McLaren, certainly with the Porsche, lack of front tyre temperature tags, the back of the 90 Mercedes, and contact between the Porsche and the Mercedes.
Now let's have another look at how the Mad Panda Mercedes got there.
Bang. Strange. They're coming to there they are now. Well, the Ferrari and the McLaren side by side.
They touch. Have a look at those two orange KTMs, because a big send up the inside there, looked by Chris Rosenberger, and as he got to the corner, reduced, of course, because that included the pit stop. And more hip and shoulder between KTMs, and again, it's 17 that comes off worse. Makes a dive up the inside, contact, turns Gulix around, and that might get looked at post-race.
On va revoir, voilà, le gros blocage de Sébastien Poisson qui a tiré tout droit dans le bac, si ça a touché. Hein.
On va revoir peut-être ce qu'il s'est passé. Oh, Lorenzo Sertua, c'est pas de sa faute en plus. Hein. C'est pas de sa faute, il est sur sa montre. Ce qui est plutôt rare, et pourtant les concurrents du championnat de France FFSA de Formule 4 viennent dans... Ouais, là on revient, oui, mais... Il y avait une lutte avec Lorenz Lesertua sur la 23 qui a doublé Pierre-Alexandre Provost. Et puis derrière, oh oui, cette attaque lors du début de la saison, dans ce cas-ci, c'était les coupes de Pâques de Nogaro. Alors on va revoir. Ça, c'est le départ et ça a touché derrière. Oh oui, ça a touché. Qui, ceci dit, n'aurait pas marqué de points. On est dans le dernier tour, le dernier freinage. Ah non, voilà le contact en fait. Voilà ce qui s'est passé. Il y a eu un contact avec Gérard.
You lose everything.
So
Rosenberger is so lucky.
At turn 6 at the top of the hill, and then Matty Stupas. The curbs in all sorts of trouble, and the Burson Auto Parts entry makes contact with the wall. Fortunately, Matt, it was largely...
That's turn 1 by the look of it. He's gone straight on. Straight on, sport the Reds out, and that's going to be bad news for him. Oh, he's got the tyre wall too. And he pulls away from the car's head, just got the edge. The rear of the Alfa Romeo. And off into the tyre wall, which are ahead of D'Alberto, and going for Moffat here, and gets into him. No. And now they stack up 1, 2, 3 cars into him.
Whereabouts did it happen out there?
So I think it's happened as I've had to shortcut the 2-3 chicane, and I've gone through the mud there. And I think when it's landed, it's broken this right rear upright. But
if they'd have tried to put it in first gear, they might have got out of it, but he went for reverse instead. See, look, he was there Now, was there contact here? You've got to be careful. Oh, there might have been. Oh, there was. Oh dear. And is this hopping over the curbs? Yes, it is. Look at that. Oh, goodness. No chance to catch it. Bang!
2番手スタートの小林陸斗。
これ修二選手ですか？
そうですね。27号車。
単独スピンからの。はい。まあ後続が行く場所がなくなり。
そうですね。大山正義選手も。ここに巻き込まれました。なんとここは抜けれたんですね。ただ後ろから来た優吾選手は。
Del 308 è andato a sbattere, gomma probabilmente escursione leggera, fuori pista, no, è andato a toccare. Lamborghini che stava uscendo dalla traiettoria e che mi sembra quella del Team Italy, ha preso un rischio, quindi c'è da gestire la centralina, c'è poi il problema di gestire le gomme e poi ti devi confrontare con dei piloti
professionali. Non mi era mai capitato di...
Tu hai visto Malucelli, io ero invece qui andato a una gara estremamente nervosa. Vedete quello che è successo? Qui c'è l'attacco di Lorenzo ad Andrea Fontana, poi c'è Monaco che va a toccare la vettura di Caglioni per cercare di evitare Caglioni. Che cosa è successo? Si è toccato, brutta botta questa, brutta la botta, ricorda...
Sembra Malucelli.
Masters è partito bene, Levorato altrettanto, poi qui c'è Monaco che va a vedere le stelle.
Strignano e Masters, fantastico. Qui giustamente la regia ci sta facendo vedere il testacoda che però è
stato alla prima curva. Ecco, vediamo quello che è successo. No, c'è stata una macchina che è finita in testacoda. Mi sembra quella di Rocca che era stata toccata all'ingresso, presumo toccata all'ingresso del curvone, e poi via via Ha preso parte sempre al campionato, vediamo cosa è successo a Mauro Trentin, che qui va a chiudere la traiettoria nei confronti. Intanto cosa è successo tra un Fernandez, ah no, c'è stato anche, è andato antiramo, è finito contro, è andato ai box. Qui c'è il lungo di Cesare Brusa, è arrivato decisamente molto veloce su Salvatore, tre curve, e vedete quello che succede con Salvatore Tavano che va a sbattere. Buin va a chiudere Fernandez, poi si toccano ripetutamente le due vetture, poi c'è Babuin che va a mandare in testa coda l'attacco della Tenò nella sabbia, e Poussier perde la possibilità poi di vincere il titolo perché se si è fermato non sappiamo se poi
ha parecchi cavalli, ma la macchina è molto pesante.
Ha piegato il braccetto, Breitnig fuori.
The same power, and then this was where damage was done. So I think Jason Ambrose clipped one of the other cars, and unfortunately Faisal Al-Faisal looked like to our left in the number 76. He gets a squeeze from potentially John Seal. Paul Rogers then innocently gets whacked around as well. A bit of carbon fiber came off and hit Simerson's car. Let's see it from this angle. So unfortunately, I don't think you can really rejoin the racetrack like that, and you can just see a big whack of carbon fiber.
Carro de GT Sprint Race, você entende tudo e mais um pouco, e não era por aí não, Rafa Dias. Aí foi para proteção de pneus, o toque Gama, o César Ramos e o Thiago Camilo, cada um buscando o seu espaço, e o Lucas Mendes não teve o melhor dos inícios de corrida, né? Olha,
E para limpar, a gente vai revendo aí essa imagem, ó. Você vê, ele acabou dando na quina do muro, que acabou fazendo soltar. Ele deu azar, na verdade, né?
Yeah, a lot of the tire issues that we've had this year aren't tire. They take a while to develop. You know, it takes
just because it's, you know, everything's happening so fast. Dale, to your point, I believe these tires are being damaged early when the air pressure's the
43. You see him, and there was the contact made.
So the 42 sees the 21. He tries to run the middle lane, and the 43 kind of just gets stacked up.
Get beat up, and they take a lot of hits, and as long as you can keep that toe link straight, except for the damage to the right front there on the 8.
Yeah, Reddick ready to go back out on the racetrack, but a wild ride there into the inside wall for Brown.
Throttles up, contact right there, gets Gibbs around, Gibbs goes up the racetrack, takes out Creed.
Difficult as we see 3 wide at Bristol.
Oh,
and contact made. Mayer goes around. Gregson avoids him.
And we just talked about the race.
Daly down the racetrack and just contact.
There would be extra wear on the tires, but it was strange. He was over a half second off the
barrier. It's pretty helpless feelings. Pretty narrow racetrack too, to try to keep that vehicle out of the inside and the outside.
Right side damage. Brown loose into one, maybe a little bit of too much rear brake, and watch how long he slides along. And then late in the going. Oh, Eckes to the inside. Eckes, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to need that space.
Yeah.
Eckes is
15 of Tanner jumps to the inside, and then it was a block by the 40 of Dean Thompson, and
punts it out of the way. I don't know exactly who it is. I don't want to say I haven't seen the replay yet, but I'm pretty sure it's the 91. It was not the 25, means the 25.
Just came in, probably maybe locked the rear brakes up. Trevor seeing that accident. Spotter said, hey, trouble in front of you, maybe hit the brakes a little bit too hard.
See the 15 of Parker Chase, the 42 of Christian Rose get together. Christian Rose now on pit road. Great effort tonight. Unfortunately, then
in he goes into turn number 16.
It's way out wide.
Just way out wide, wasn't he? Way out wide. I'm surprised there potentially he didn't just sort of pick it up there and just run straight on. But now you're dropping down this hill into 14.
Yeah, downhill front. Okay, and yeah, it's quite like you can't see it on the telly, but it drops downhill.
Since returning from that 4th operation at the Italian Grand Prix, that went really, really early. That was almost like a crash in rain conditions, wasn't it? Hardly any lean angle. This is through turn 5 for Alex Rins. Front end goes down, and he's not saving that one. Went in a flash, didn't it, that one?
Evening. We see the front tuck right-hand side, turn 2, how famous is this fall we're seeing at Aragon? I'm glad he looks relatively okay. Was it quite beautiful?
Through this rapid turn 2, oh, he's gone down, I was just about to say. Just I was about to say, you've got to be so careful here on the... This is turn 5, tips it in, loses the front end, down he goes, of course, out of the first corner, the innocent victim. Yeah, thanks, Sir Simon. Quite a big one by the looks of it. Fast crash right on the entry there, wasn't it, for Alex Marquez into turn number 5 on this opening lap. Let's follow Marc Marquez. Oh, Marquez had a moment. Marquez already got ahead of Fabio Quartararo on the rear tyre, didn't he, coming out of turn 3. There you go, the twitch from Marquez. Fabio Quartararo absolutely nowhere to go.
Rins has to go off track. Up the back of him, and this is out of turn 8. I think Marquez has already got his problems there. He's slow out of turn 8, and Nakagami with nowhere to go, and so good from all the riders behind him. They did such a good job here to avoid the Japanese.
That was so scary.
Sectors 1 and 2 all cutting in much more inside line than that. The front end said, no, I can't do that. Or got a glimpse of it, because that is what Simon has been doing. As we see, that was the cause of the crash. Let's have a look at what happened here. Chasing Joe Roberts, and the front end washed away. It's is it slightly negative camber turn 3? As he's rotten run of misfortune lately. So I'm glad to see him. Oh, have I jinxed him? Was that me? Oh, Zonta, I'm sorry. A little bit unsettled. Mid-corner.
Wow.
Just went down. So it should be a short trip back, and that's what happened then.
Just a little offline, little wide. Of course, turn 2. When we came here back in 2020, we were in this category. Connect there.
Barely even properly tipped it in, did he? And it just sort of washed away.
Comes the Mooney VR46 rider. He tips it in. Never looked like he got settled, and it's another mistake. Then he went down in FP2 at front end, goes out from underneath the Flexbox HP40 man. We know he's on it. Lopez is inside now as they go through turn number 2.
Just bunches up ahead of him, doesn't it?
Arenas that looked like he had to check, didn't he? Look at all the names involved.
Centre of the screen, you can see it just bunches up ahead of him with the 2 Aspar riders, and then Lopez ends up getting caught out.
Yeah, it was Arenas, wasn't it, that checked, and then with nowhere to go, he was worried about clattering into the back of him there. Lopez, I think he just had to squeeze that front brake, and yeah, and the hammer's being put down here by Fernandez. This is going to be what happened to Albert Arenas, just sliding out there, bottom left-hand side of your picture into turn 12.
More follow him in.
Yeah, and then Gonzalez.
And Alcoba.
Yeah, that was scary for Arenas. He was down here to turn 12, and he's going for it again. Arbolino just tries desperately to shut the door.
Oh,
Dixon's gone down in the very same corner that his teammate.
You may have noticed that John McPhee has made his way back out on track now. It's apparently a problem with the front brake pressure, but at least he's got plenty of time in this.
Look at it now. This is just at the top of the reverse corkscrew. That is at turn 8. That
wild card, Morosi. Well, front just tucks away there.
We saw Stefano Nepa go down there.
The riders are struggling a little bit with the wind. We hope that we can maintain the performance of Dennis. From
flicks it right now into turn 2, and the rear comes round. That's a nasty fall for Carraro, who squeaked through in 13th and 14th.
Oh, fast all crash there for Kaito Tobo.
This is on the inside. You've got absolutely nowhere to go. There you see the contact there between Carraro and Watley, or Carraro and Fallon, should I say, and there you can see just nowhere to go on the outside.
Just don't know whether Fallon might have actually clipped the rear tyre of Watley's team.
We'll see the Japanese rider tumbling out of contention.
Oh, that was a nasty one, wasn't it? Flicked him over the handlebars there.
Yeah, Rouchet just a 10th off the back of Marcus Ruda. That is Somogorba going down there then. Lunetta still leads, and he doesn't want to give it up, does he? But Blasry. Oh, no! Goodness me! Oh, what a shame. He doesn't want to give it up, but he's forced to. Down he goes.
Right, so that was Lunetta going down. The first of the 2 Italians. Yes, and they just collided with each other. Obviously, no. They were so. Oh, had a second place there. Yeah, my goodness.
Sal Miller going down there then. Fortunately, okay.
Just.
He's obviously come up over the rumble strips. There'd be that much debris, you know, on the track, on the service road.
He's binned it.
Oh, he's actually crashed on the service road. Back up. Here we are now, seeing it on screen.
Oh,
there I am. Look, complete opposite. The opposite of what he said. A fairly slow crash, and he's.
What's happened?
That looks like turn.
Oh, yes.
The exit of turn 1.
The exit of turn 1.
That's the exit of turn 1.